Hey everyone! Have you all been enjoying exploring the new swirly desert area? I loved it. Where is this big swirl thing? Wait, where'd it go? Oh, over there. Yeah, yesterday I spent a lot of time on stream going through this area, and I haven't played more of it since. I thought today I could, not play Genshin Impact and do homework, or I could explore the desert more, or I could do Alhaitham's story quest, and or I could do the world quest too. But you know what? I think I'm gonna do Alhaitham's story quest because I don't want to get left out, and I want to keep up with. Oh, okay. I was trying to get to the story quest, but I guess we can do his test run too. I want to keep up with what's going on right now, and plus I heard Kaveh's in it, and I like Kaveh. He's such a drama queen. Did you guys see first of all his character demo, Alhaitham's character demo? But like I said before, during the stream, I kind of was expecting that Kaveh might show up in Alhaitham's character demo. But I totally did not expect that they'd all just be like chilling in the tavern playing Genius Invocation TCG. You know, Kaveh and Sino and Tainari. That was the funniest thing to me ever. Just the three of them being in the same room, gossiping. Oh, that was awesome. I guess I didn't really explain much about his tactic. He throws the thing, which I can't throw right now. He throws the thingy. Right? And then he gets Dendro. And his sword is so good. Like, look at this. 80, that's, okay, and that's not even maxed out. It gets to 88% crit damage. Like, come on, that's so good. That's so awesome. Anyway. But then, yeah, that was awesome. And then, I saw this. Whoa. I thought this was so cool when I saw it, because I just remember me and my brother in the chasm when we were fighting the... Who do you think you are? We were fighting the... Okay, there's a lot going on here. How about destroy this thing? Fighting the ruined serpent in the chasm, he said, what if, like, the snakes, like, just randomly popped out of the ruined serpent just randomly popped out of the ground in like, all sorts of places in the chasm, and you weren't expecting it, and it just pops up every now and then. And I was like, yeah, that'd be cool, but I think that's too complicated for them to implement into the game. But then, looks like I was mistaken, because even though they didn't do it in the chasm, that's exactly what they did. Where is it? Get over here, open up this thing for me. Anyway, I was gonna follow up by saying, from Alhaitham's character demo, did you see the meme with, like, the four of them playing Uno? Which first of all, they would do. You know, Tainari, Sino, Kaveh, and Alhaitham would play Uno. And then the guy's just pulling, like, all the cards and can't get a green. And I'm like, first of all, them playing Uno, so in character. Second of all, Kaveh being an absolute drama queen, also in character. And then Alhaitham just being super chill, not saying anything, just like Uno reverse card. That just made me laugh so much. That's my new favorite meme, is the Samara guys playing Uno. Anyway, oh right, okay, doing this, no, I do this correctly. I do this correctly. Yay! That's the fragmented testimony. You've heard that Alhaitham has become the acting Grand Sage. Considering his personality, will the other scholars accept him? Time to pay the Akademiya a visit. I'm less worried about whether the scholars accept him, since considering we're trying to reform the Akademiya here. I'm more concerned about the fact that his personality would probably make him a really bad acting Grand Sage. Exactly. No.
Why don't we go to the Akademiya and ask around?
Sure, let's do that. Yeah, no, he is just so Oh, there's a statue of the seven. That's right, old Vanarana. Yeah, I'm thinking to myself, you know, it's true that Alhaitham's probably the most qualified person to be the acting Grand Sage. But considering I don't think he wants to be the acting Grand Sage, He's very logic-based thinking and just wants to be left alone to chill by himself, you know. Well, actually, you know, his logic-based thinking probably makes him like pretty good for like these kinds of administrative jobs. But he just likes to just chill and do his own thing. You know, the scribe's work is easy for him,
going with your thesis?
and he can do whatever he wants with his time. You know,
month.
just go out into the desert and fight.
A few days ago, I was worried that I'd have to stop my work on it. Thankfully, that didn't come to pass.
Well, Azar was one of your thesis advisors.
Oh, how
Honestly,
unfortunate.
I was afraid that you might have gotten dragged down as well. How did things get settled?
The newly appointed acting Grand Sage reviewed all of our projects and gave us permission to continue our research.
That's good to know.
Acting Grand Sage? That sounds like a new thing.
Yeah, I heard that selecting new sages has been taking some time, so he's just filling
Yeah,
in.
that's right. Look, the acting Grand
But it's
Master,
all
who's been the
thanks to
acting
him
Grand
that our
Master
research results
of the
weren't
Knights of
jeopardized.
Favonius for like
Once my paper is
years.
published, I'm definitely giving myself a long vacation and getting some much-needed rest. Mondstadt sounds like
Yeah,
a good idea.
you guys need vacations. You guys need some just, you know, mental breaks. That's really
They're
good.
really out of their minds, making Alhaitham the acting Grand Sage.
Kinda, yeah.
Take it easy, Professor. I'm puzzled as well. Just going by qualifications, you're one of our most preeminent scholars.
Well, he's
I
qualified
don't
too.
know why they picked a stripling like him.
Well,
Oh, do you think I'm angry because I wasn't chosen for the position? No, it's because I don't understand why they chose him. He was one of my students, but he rarely attended class. When I asked him about
Yeah.
it, he retorted that self-study
Alhaitham's
was
like
better
kind
use
of like one
his
of those like
time.
those
What
very
praise
rare
and
students.
arrogance
They're
is the
smarter
free
than
of
school.
miseries for the Akademiya to have him
You know what I
as
mean?
the
Like,
acting Grand Sage?
but yeah, I will admit, like, making him the acting Grand Sage is
Professor, don't get so worked
not.
up. I'll go get you some water.
Has its pros and cons, as you can see.
Want to hear a secret? I've heard the new acting Grand Sage is from Haravatar.
Yes, that's true.
Really? Who is it?
Someone named Alhaitham. Never met him myself, but he's a real
Never
hot
met him
topic right
myself,
now.
but you know, he
Lots of
he
things
did
being said about him.
have a pretty
Hard to
important
tell
role in the
what's true and
Akademiya
what
before.
isn't, though. There's also a Vahumana scholar who's been in the spotlight recently. They say that he's a likely pick to be one of the next sages.
Well, that's good.
Oh, is he teaching any courses? Maybe we should drop by.
Wow. News of Alhaitham being the acting Grand Sage sure spread fast. Some people don't know who he is, though. Guess he's less famous than
Yeah, I would have thought more people would have known the scribe, but at the same time, the scribe is just the person doing all the recording in the background, so it makes sense that not many people
He really
don't
doesn't
know
like
about him.
Alhaitham.
Hello. Who is that dramatically walking in?
Hey, are you okay? You don't look too good.
The Matra.
The Matra?
The
What
Matra.
about the Matra?
I'm Ilyas. I have to talk to a Matra about something important.
Okay. We know,
In the state you're in? You shouldn't push
we know
yourself.
the General
Why
Mahamatra
don't
if you
tell
want
us what
us to
happened,
say
and I'll
anything.
Pass on your message to Amatra.
Yeah.
No, I have to tell them myself. They are the only ones I could trust.
Okay.
Sorry, can you lend me your arm? This is an important matter. Failure is not an
Yeah,
option.
sure.
Since you put it that way, fine. We'll take you to Amatra.
Mm-hmm. We got this. The illusions of the mob. Well, speaking of the mob, you remember
We promised to take you to Amatra, but
this
we
is
don't know
where
how many,
we met
do we?
Ildatore, remember? With the
Oh,
mob
wait,
of like
Sino should be back at the
fans.
Akademiya.
Yes, I know.
Let's go find him.
That's right. Let's see. Okay, hang on. Why it's not tracking on? Okay. Okay, so we managed to get him this far. Good to know. Oh, this is another guy who has the exact. Okay, it's another guy with the exact same, not exact same appearance, but they have the same brown hair.
Hey there. Excuse us, but is Sino at the Akademiya?
Mm-hmm.
You two look familiar. Are you friends of Mahamatra Sino? I'm afraid he's out on a mission right now.
That's fine. If you're a
But if you'd
Matra,
like, I
you
can
can
pass whatever
you
message
can
you
take
might
the
have
message.
onto him.
Apparently, this guy just wants to report it. And
We ran into this guy by the gates, and he seems really eager to speak with Amatra. It sounds like something urgent.
Oh? If you don't mind, why don't you tell me about it first?
Yep.
Siraj.
Siraj. That name sounds familiar. Isn't he a Vahumana
Oh, no.
researcher?
Vahumana researcher?
Yes, one of their most renowned, in fact. I
And
hear
they
he's
were
as
just talking
daring
about
as
a
he is
Vahumana
intelligent.
researcher who might be a new sage. So
There are rumors he'll
or
become
at least be
Vahumana's
nominated.
next sage. But please continue, good sir. What about Siraj?
I want to report him for conducting a dangerous
Oh, no.
experiment. He kidnapped me, tied me up, and took me to that horrible cave. Experimental equipment everywhere. I ran as
sounds
fast
like-
as I could, a little slower, and he would have caught me.
Oh no.
There's no rush. Please.
Well, for him, there's a rush.
Take
He
your
doesn't
time.
want to get kidnapped
What
again.
kind of experiments was he conducting?
Huh.
Where is this cave?
And
I don't
this sounds
remember.
like something that
can't
Gatore would do.
All I
And of
remember
course, he
is
was involved in the
Siraj walking
Academia
towards
recently
me,
to do the
and then my
whole
head started
Turn
feeling
Scar Mission to a God
weird.
project.
It's like a nightmare that I can't recall. I just know that that place is dangerous and that they must be stopped. Oh, I heard they conduct business in the tavern. We have to hurry.
Even if what you say is... All right. I'll have some of my colleagues look into Siraj. But before that, I would like to administer the Matra lie detector test.
You think I'm lying?
Or the test was
Please don't take it the wrong way.
this just
This is
just
just
standard protocol. That being said,
Sorry, but can you two wait out here a little
does
while?
does the
We'll be
line
back
detector test work that well in this universe or in any universe? I don't know how well it works in the real universe, but would the technology for this kind of thing be better or worse than it is here?
Huh? Alhaitham?
Hello. Alhaitham.
Let me bring you up to speed. First things first, Ilyas passed the lie detector test.
Okay.
This indicates that what he said is highly credible. As such, we
You know,
decided to
they have
launch an
magic in this
investigation
universe.
based
Their
on the
lie
leads he
detectors
provided.
might actually be like
Per protocol, this matter was
better.
reported to Acting Grand Sage Alhaitham. After hearing about it, he left a message for Mahamatra Sino and then asked to join the investigation.
Alhaitham. It just looks
Kinda
like
weird
he's
for you to
normal
be
and not
working with
tired.
Amatra.
But I
there a
know
special
deep
reason?
inside he's even more tired
You're overthinking
from
things.
all the
My
things,
interest was piqued
all the
is all.
extra work he's had to do.
Really? I'm unsurprised you have this much free time.
He doesn't have that much free time. We're just giving him an excuse to do something different.
It's already against protocol for Acting Grand Sage Alhaitham to participate in this investigation.
Well,
As for you two... Oh, never mind. After all, you were the ones who brought Ilyas here.
and
I'll
we
allow you to
saved the whole
accompany us, but
country
you
as
have to
well.
promise
So
to keep everything
I mean, I know that. Like
Don't you worry.
I know like
I'll
we
let you
saved the
see
whole
it.
country is not necessarily an
All right.
argument for
In
us to
that
be
case,
privy to like
I'll fill you in
national
on what we
secrets.
know so far.
But at the same time,
Ilyas claimed that Siraj
We're
will be
also the
conducting
protagonists
some
of the
business
game.
with the Kasharawar researcher at the tavern.
okay,
This is one of his few clear memories. It seems he stumbled upon this information while escaping.
okay.
Incidentally, Siraj isn't at the Akademiya right now. He applied for long-term off-site research one
And
month
that would explain bad
It's
experiments.
close to the time that Ilyas had given. So we've decided to head to the tavern and investigate any suspicious persons.
Okay.
That's right. Arav, prepare to head out. You two, do as you will.
Okay.
Come on, we already
Do
said
as what you will means we're gonna do whatever we want, and that's gonna be doing whatever you probably don't want us to be doing. Oh, this is going to be fun. I just know it. I'm drinking juice right now. I had like this like watermelon apple juice and also this blueberry pomegranate juice. So of course, you're never too old to just start pouring random juices into weird combinations, and that's exactly what I did. And it actually tastes pretty good. Anyway, tavern time. Yeah. As Alhaitham said in his character demo, you know, what he does is he doesn't need to fight, he just needs to think, you know, look for the weak link, and take it out and everything else.
We're here acting
And
Grand Sage Alhaitham.
everything else falls into
What's our
place.
next course of action?
Like, similarly, like, his plan was, you know, we're gonna
Acting
save
Grand
Lestival
Sage Alhaitham.
Kusanali, and
Looks like you haven't read any
once-
memos lately.
Once the
The new
whole
Akademiya
world
decree clearly
has been
states
saved
that
and
even a
it's chill, I
sage
can just
doesn't
go
have
back to
the
living my
authority to
normal life.
interfere with the
And he
Matra's
does it,
actions during an
and then he's
ongoing
like,
investigation.
"Oh, now you're the acting
If
Grand
your
Sage," and
superior
he's
were
like,
here, he wouldn't
"Yeah,
be
I'm so
asking me
tired
what
now."
to do. Instead, he'd be telling me to stay out of the way.
You're right. Understood. Then please wait here as we lock down the perimeter and search for suspicious persons.
Yeah, you guys got this.
Ilyas, please stay here. Acting Grand Sage Alhaitham, I'll have to trouble you with the protection of our primary witness.
Sure. Though I'd rather he just protect himself.
That's not how it works, Alhaitham. This guy already went through so much trouble to stay. Okay, you know what? We should be the ones protecting the witness, since I don't think we can tell Alhaitham to do anything.
Casually ignoring people, just like you did back at Aru Village.
Yeah.
Answering a simplistic question only enables the questioner. Besides, I need him to understand my position clearly.
What do you mean?
Arav has just as many doubts about my coming along as you do.
Okay.
But unlike you two, he's making this matter more complicated than it is, with his considerations like the acting Grand Sage is trying to seize the Matra's powers.
Yeah, I can tell.
That question was obviously bait. The Matra were once under the influence of the sages, and so were often subject to these bureaucratic traps.
Right.
The test was strictly unnecessary, though. I hope that our exchange will assure him that I won't interfere with their work this time.
Yeah.
Why is this so complicated?
Yeah, this is definitely going to be the story
This
quest
is
of
why
it's
I
way
was
more
against becoming
complicated
the acting Grand
than it
Sage
needs
from
to
the very
be.
first. Titles and rank inevitably make a lot of things more troublesome than usual.
Yeah, like I said, you could definitely tell.
Excuse me, acting Grand
very
Sage Alhaitham.
he just wants to go back
I've
to
had a
sleep
question
or
on my
go back
mind,
to
and
his
I
simple
need to
life
know the answer no
as
matter what.
just writing things down.
Have we met before?
No, I have no recollection of ever meeting you.
Okay.
Haha, I
Straightforward.
thought so too. I probably wouldn't have had anything to do with someone of your caliber.
Then why did you ask?
Then why did you ask?
For some reason, I felt a sense of familiarity when I met you for the first time.
Uh-huh.
Really?
Like some sort of like long lost like
Perception, perhaps.
they met as like kids or something kind of thing.
Acting Grand Sage Alhaitham, we've apprehended a suspect.
Uh-huh.
Siraj?
No, it's the Kasharawar researcher who has dealings with him. His name is Narendra.
Okay. Hello.
Acting Sage Alhaitham. Wait, can someone please explain what's going on? I admit that I did steal some mechanical components from the lab and sell them, but does something like that really warrant the personal interest of the acting Grand Sage?
See, this is exactly the problem that Alhaitham has. Those like, he used to just snoop around and just solve things very mysteriously, like and stuff. And now everyone literally freezes when they see him.
Of course.
Do you know Siraj?
Yeah, that's the name of my buyer. He asked to make the transaction at the tavern, but he never showed up.
Maybe he knew the Matra were coming.
What were the details of this transaction?
That's why he didn't show up.
He's doing some kind of experiment that seems to require many power generators and electrical components that can only be found in our project. He contacted me in private.
That does not sound good when we know he's doing
sum of
experiments
Mora
on
if I was
people.
willing to put some aside for him, under the pretense of them being defective parts. We had originally agreed to meet at the tavern earlier today to do the trade. I sure didn't expect to get stood up, or run into you all.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps Siraj was aware that Ilyas might leak information, so he intentionally didn't show up.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking
Whatever
too.
the case, it seems that
Somebody
this lead
got
ends
away.
here.
He knows
The
that
good news is, regardless of
there's
what
gonna
Siraj was
be
planning,
a
his
trap.
progress will now be severely hindered by a lack of power generators and electrical components. We still have time to conduct our investigation. Do you have any more questions for the suspect?
No, he's all yours. But I'd like to borrow Ilyas for a while.
Oh, that's fine. We conducted a comprehensive lie detection exam, which showed that he has a genuine case of amnesia.
Oh,
We're not planning to
amnesia.
pursue any further
That
breakthroughs on
might
that
be
front. However, I
very
am
problematic
curious,
too.
what do you need him for exactly?
I've read some papers regarding amnesia, and I'd like to try restoring his memories.
I see.
Interesting.
We'll be returning to the Akademiya then. I'll leave Ilyas in your care.
Let's go.
Follow me.
Follow me, sure. Find a fragmented testimony. I see. So this probably is putting together the fragments in the testimony here.
Narendra didn't give us any leads. Ugh, that means we're stuck.
Unless he can restore his memories.
Alhaitham, are you serious about seeing things through? Paimon's pretty surprised that you're this interested
Yeah,
in the
usually you're just interested in like your own
I
stuff.
thought you would have guessed the reason by now.
Paimon has no clue.
I'm guessing.
Hey, do you know?
I'm guessing you know Siraj.
Yes. We were classmates.
Ah, I see.
Oh, so that's why you asked to come along when Arav briefed you on the situation.
Hmm.
So you're not here because you're interested in the case itself, but because you know the suspect?
Yeah. That's totally like.
You couldn't be further from the truth. But I wasn't
Okay.
expecting much from you
Well,
to begin with.
that's because Alhaitham does
For the
things
time
more based on
being,
his
all you
own
need
principles
to know
and
is that we were
morality.
once classmates. I became the scribe afterwards while he continued his
Compared to
academic
what is like.
endeavors. He
Like,
submitted a
you'd
thesis
rather
1
do
year
what
ago, and the
interests
Grand
him
Sage at the
personally
time asked for
over
my
what
opinion.
helps the
I did
greater
not
good.
approve of it
Although
because
if
it
the two
committed
happen to
one
be
of
the same
6
thing,
cardinal sins
that's
by
good.
touching upon human evolution. From violating matters regarding human evolution
6
to
cardinal
attempting the forbidden
sins.
and fearing none, the 6 cardinal sins are the origin of all evil in this world. They are also what the sages use as a reference when formulating or amending the rules of the Akademiya.
I see.
My opinion was that
Yeah,
Siraj's
I
research was
remember
both
reading about
overly
those
naive and in violation
somewhere.
of various core principles. The Grand Sage took some of my suggestions on board and ultimately decided to reject the application.
So that's why he's buying energy sources and electrical components.
He's most likely trying to circumvent the rules and conduct his experiment in
Oh,
secret.
like to power your
That
secret
sounds
base.
super suspicious. Oh, we gotta stop
Yeah, we gotta
him.
stop him.
Ilyas, can you try to remember things again? Maybe something new will pop up.
I'm sorry.
I don't
But
think
I've already
trying
tried
to remember
many
is gonna work. We're
times.
gonna have to do something
No
to
matter how
stimulate his
hard I try,
memories.
it feels
Which
like
is,
everything in my mind is
like, once
shrouded
again, we're in
in
a world of
thick mist.
magic. So
It is
that's
possible
totally
for a
possible.
person to subconsciously forget some of their memories as a defense mechanism against extreme
True.
stress. However, these memories aren't truly lost, but merely sealed away. They can be restored with the appropriate stimulus. Now, try to recall things you care about. They don't need to be related to this case.
Well, actually, I feel like I've forgotten more than just the memories of the time I was kidnapped and experimented on.
Uh-oh.
The kind of person I am, the things I've done. I can remember some things, but I can't recall some others no matter
Okay,
how
well,
hard I try.
let's just start with what you do remember.
But I do vaguely remember that there are 2 things that I have to do no matter what.
Okay, good
Do
start.
tell.
The first is to get my paycheck from the Akademiya and give it to my younger sister in Gandharvaville.
Okay.
I'm not sure about the details, but it seems that I would send money to my younger sister every month to pay for family expenses.
Okay.
And the second thing? What's the second thing?
I can't remember.
Okay, so you just only
Sorry,
remember that
there's
there
just
was a
so
second
much I
thing, not
can't
what the second
recall.
thing is.
Not unexpected.
Yeah, good start though.
However, you're the only one who has seen Siraj and knows the exact location of his cave at present. As such, we'll do everything we can to help you regain your
Although
memories.
this brings up the whole debate about,
Losing your memories
like,
must be really
he lost
painful.
memories of a
But
lot of
don't you
probably
worry,
good
we'll
things,
help you get them all
but
back.
Oh,
but he
thank
probably
you so
lost memories
much.
of some bad things
This
too.
feeling, it's
and-
more than just
and it's the whole
pain.
thing about,
I don't
like,
know how to describe it.
Oh, I
have
feel
so
bad
few
restoring
memories
his
that
memories of the
I
good
don't
and
even
the
have a
bad.
clear idea of
But
who I am.
at the same time, it's
My
like going
head's
back to like the
always
whole
ringing.
like
It feels like I could
Wander
faint at
our
any
conquest
moment.
thing. All those
But
memories
amidst all
make
that,
up part of who you
it also
are.
feels like I've been
I guess
set
you can't
free somehow.
be selective if you restore his memories because
Nevertheless, I have you all
because
to
that
thank
will
for bringing
that's
me what
you need all of
clarity
them in order
I
to
do
make
have
up
right
what
now.
has made
Now,
the person who
I
they
do
are
remember
after
that
all
I
their
worked
experiences,
part-time at a
right?
place in the Akademiya called the Research Preparation Center. That's also where I got my monthly
Oh, that's
paycheck.
great. We can fulfill your first thing
see.
you remember you have to do.
In that case, let's go and find whoever's in charge there.
Fragmented testimony. Research preparation. Okay. Sounds good. good to be following up on stuff going on in Sumeru after all the things that happened in Sumeru. Yeah. Well, I feel like these empty times when we're running around is when I should actually be talking about things, but instead I'm talking about things over the characters. And I'm reading what they're saying, but I'm also talking over them. And I probably should just be talking in these times when we're just walking around instead of talking over the characters. Oh, I do this a lot. Hello. You must be the person we're looking for.
Oh, Acting Grand Sage Alhaitham. I've sent this period's research expenses report to your office. Have you taken a look? Are there any issues with it?
No issues.
I did. Recent research expenses have decreased quite a bit compared to past figures.
Yes, though that is primarily because there are fewer scholars with research needs. But that can be a rather convoluted...
Yeah, let's not go over that at the moment.
Might I
We'll
ask
settle
why
it that
you are
way
here today?
later.
I believe you know this individual. His name is Ilyas. He worked part-time here, and he's here for
But
his
if he didn't show up
paycheck.
for work in the last couple
yes, of
months,
course, though,
or I guess days,
Ilyas, where have you been
it's because he
these
got
past few
kidnapped and
days?
tortured. So
That was our busy period, but then you disappeared without a word.
Yeah.
Everyone had to pick up the slack.
I'm sorry, something unexpected came up. But I know I've caused trouble for everyone. Is there anything I can do to make up for it?
The other researchers have more or less finished your share of the work. However, there is one thing that is yet to be settled. Do you remember Chandra? You were in charge of following up on his off-site research application.
So if this guy's
Retracted his application
on
a few
the
days
team
ago and canceled
that's
his off-site
managing
project.
research funds and approving research projects,
He's the 12th person to retract a research application this month. I'd like you
then
to
that
ask
might have
him
something
why
to do
he
with the
did
fact
that.
this guy Siraj
Chandra's probably
was
having
also
coffee at
he
this
also
hour,
had his
so you can find
research
him at the
rejected.
cafe.
Understood. Then, about my paycheck.
I'll pay you in full once you return. However, make sure you don't disappear without saying anything again.
What?
Be considerate to your colleagues and give them some forewarning.
He
at
got
least.
kidnapped.
Is this acceptable,
Whatever.
Acting Grand Sage Alhaitham?
I have no objections.
It's true. He whatever. I'm not even gonna argue at this point because because
Things at the Akademiya
sure he
have
might have
been
gotten
strange
kidnapped, but
lately.
when it comes to
People have become
not
much
showing up
less
for work, not
interested
showing
in
up for
doing
school,
research.
they'll still say
This
no
will definitely
excuses.
be bad in the long run.
And that's definitely what's gonna happen to this guy. Alright. Coffee time. I get mixed up between the tavern and the coffee place a lot. Or rather, I forget the coffee place exists and I just only remember the tavern. And I remember, oh wait, there's another tavern. Oh wait, that's not a tavern, it's a coffee place. But I always forget that that place is there. But it's pretty cool. They do storytelling there and stuff. Oh, I guess we don't need to go in it though. Coffee is right outside. Hello.
Ilyas? Long time no see. What can I do for you? I heard that you canceled your research project, so I'm just here to ask you why. Oh, that, it's really nothing special. I just don't feel like going anymore.
Oh, okay.
I'm not the only one who canceled, right? I mean, people have had no motivation to conduct research lately, haven't they?
No motivation
Why?
to
Just
conduct
because you guys
research?
lost the Akasha? Or...
Yeah. Say, who might you be? You
oh,
look
thank
sort of
goodness. Somebody who
familiar.
doesn't recognize Alhaitham.
don't mind
Yeah.
me.
That makes things easier.
Well, with the downfall of the sages not long ago, many of the projects that they led were put on hold while they were being investigated. With the situation being so volatile, people are picking up random things to do to kill time. No one wants to risk starting any new research until it's clear how things will pan out in the future.
When you say how things will pan out, you actually mean what the new sages would have interest in, right?
Wow.
Basically.
Talk about blunt. But that isn't the only reason for the lack of motivation to start new research.
So what are the other reasons?
Well,
Yeah.
because the Akasha terminal shut down.
I'm sure
Right,
you're all
and that's
aware that
exactly
we
what I thought
require
is
all kinds
you
of
guys are
knowledge
not
to
used to
perform any of
not
the
having
research we
access
do.
to Google.
Back then,
You
the
guys have to
Akasha
go
would
to the
respond to any of our
library
requests for
and
the
search
knowledge we
up
needed.
for information
It was
in the
beyond
books
convenient.
yourselves.
We didn't have to spend an extended amount of time studying, so we were able to
Here's
immediately
the problem
run
with the
various
Akasha
tests and
terminal is it's
experiments.
not exact. I'm sorry,
I
I'm talking over
see.
the characters again. The Akasha terminal is different from
You
Google
get it,
because
right?
Google there's still
After
the
having had a
aspect of
taste of
you have to
something
search
so
and filter
amazing,
through the
who can be
information you
bothered to
want.
manually
Whereas the
sift
Akasha
through
was
data and
directly
files ever again?
depositing answers
There
into
are only
your
a handful
brain,
of people at the
and that's
Akademiya who are starting new projects
kind
or
of
performing
skipping over
research.
way too many
Most people are
steps.
like me,
Like
waiting for a
Like,
recognized
see,
researcher
Google
to start a
skips the
project
steps of
before
having to
immediately
walk to an
applying to
actual
join.
library,
Although
find
our
a book,
names
and
will be
open up to
further
the
down in
right
the
page.
paper,
You still
we'll
have to
have a much
process and
easier
interpret the
time.
information
We don't
yourself.
have to do most
The
of the
Akasha
mental
cuts
heavy
out
lifting.
that step
All we have to
and
do
goes
is
even further
focus
to
on our
cut out
assigned
all the
tasks.
actual thinking steps of the information. Uh, uh,
Ilyas, what's wrong?
My head. It hurts.
uh-oh. Not good.
I remember now. I remember what Siraj said to me as he approached.
Wait, what was the trigger that made him
You
remember?
will become Siraj number 36. Fuse yourself with a consciousness under my control. Think only in accordance with a set module, like a worker bee in a beehive.
Paimon
I don't
doesn't
like
get
the
it.
sound of that.
What does that even mean?
It's what Siraj was researching and the topic of the thesis he had submitted. Collective consciousness and the path of evolution.
Like an actual hive mind? The path of evolution was like an actual hive mind? Like, that's even worse than the Akasha. Akasha was a little bit hive mind-like, but at least each person could think independently. I don't like the sound of that. Oh no. What is it with... Oh my gosh, some of these research experiments we stumble in on in Sumeru and some of these stories are pretty horrifying sounding, actually. Like the one in Tainari's story quest was pretty okay. That one was okay. Like all the things that like the Torre did, and the guy in the Hida story quest was kind of doing bad experiments, and like in what other story quests are there? But yeah, and with Kaveh, what I said was what the Torre was doing, and Scaramouche, right? Oh, this does not sound good. So wait, so also, I guess this is similar to Nahida story quest then, in that aftermath of the Akasha getting shut down is just pure chaos from the academic forefront as people are trying to figure stuff out. But that is creepy.
Siraj believed that by achieving 3 objectives, he could create a collective consciousness in human society and drive humans toward their ultimate evolution. First, he would rank test subjects in descending order of ability, with number 1 serving as the Overmind.
I don't like
this
that.
Overmind would then divide tasks into numerous modules and delegate them to the collective's members based on their assigned number. Lastly, members would share their memories and emotions to facilitate the rapid exchange of information within the collective.
So that's even worse than the hive mind aspect of the Akasha. The Akasha worked because, like I said, it skipped a whole bunch of steps of gathering information, including skipping out the step of actually thinking and processing information. However, at least everybody was themselves and could contribute in different ways to the Akasha. This is basically like fusing everyone's brain power together, creating a hierarchy and basically whose brain power is more useful, and having you all like work as like a single mind.
Paimon still doesn't get it.
Paimon.
What's the point of all that?
You know,
Think
sometimes
of it as linking many minds
I do get
and
why
tailoring a
Paimon
given
is like
mind's
this
assigned
because
work based on its
Paimon needs us,
compatibility.
because
Eventually,
often the first
everyone's
explanation is
minds
very
will be
wordy
consolidated
and
into a new
difficult,
form of
and
existence that is
Paimon being
both an
there often
individual
forces the
and
other
an
characters to have to
organization.
explain things more
Siraj
clearly.
believes this collective consciousness is
But at the
superior
same time,
to individual humans.
there's a few instances where it's like, Paimon,
Squishing a whole bunch of people together.
you should be able to get it by now.
Paimon thinks that sounds horrible.
It's just
Yeah.
as Alhaitham said. Siraj gave all the test subjects different numbers. Bigger numbers meant you had a lower rank, so your assigned tasks were less complex, such as being responsible for
This
everyone's
is
basic
pretty
needs.
horrifying.
Smaller
I don't like
numbers were
this.
ranked higher,
I
so
don't
you
I
could
don't
give
like
more
I don't
complex
like these
assignments
weird
like planning for the
experiments and
future.
like.
Siraj referred to me as number 36, and I think that was a low-ranking number. I also recall that Siraj said
So he
his
didn't
plan
think
was
much of you.
proceeding very quickly, and that the hive would soon be complete.
Oh no, then we gotta hurry. We have to stop him before it's complete.
Yeah, before everyone's brains get fused
I tried
together.
my best, but that's all I can remember. I still can't recall where the cave is. I'm really sorry.
It's fine. That's more that
Take
that's
your
more
time.
that we have to
You'll
go off
eventually
on
remember it all.
than 5 minutes ago.
However, something doesn't seem right.
Yeah,
Some
well, he doesn't have the
details
whole
don't
story,
add up.
so of
What's
course things are
off?
not gonna add up. But which
You
part
were only
caught your eye?
designated as number 36? What a shame. From what I can see, your talents merit a smaller number.
I'm not sure what
Well, maybe
Siraj's
it's not a low
numbering
number.
system is
Maybe he
based
has
on.
1,000 people in his hive
Anyway,
mind, and
we're
36 is
done
really
here.
high.
Let's go.
I mean, he doesn't remember everything. He thinks it's a low number, a lower
I heard you all
ranking
talking
number.
about Siraj just now. Are you looking for him?
Huh? Do you know something?
And does this
Well,
have something to do with
Siraj is
why
pretty
you and everybody else
popular
is
as of
quitting your
late.
projects?
I heard he's gained recognition from a lot of well-known researchers. Supposedly, he's a strong contender for being one of the next sages.
Well, probably not
There
after
are
this
many
scandal.
who would give up everything to be a part of his research team. I'm nothing special, though, so I doubt I'd get the opportunity.
Oh no, if we need like
That
1,000
said, I
people
do
for the
know a
hive mind, I'm sure
researcher
he'd
who received an
he'd very
invitation
happily
from
take you.
Siraj, but declined it. Her name is Janaki.
Okay.
If you're interested, you can try to find her. She's usually reading at the pavilion in the garden.
Okay. It was probably a smart decision to reject him then, at this point. Oh no. Some of these are not good. Some of these experiments, I mean, like the most ethical experiment out of all like the weird experiments we've run into in some of these story quests is the one that, like, Abatui in Tainari's story quest, I think. That experiment was not too bad.
Are you Janaki?
And it did result in creating Karkata, who is a very cute hamster-like ruin robot. However,
Do you know me? I'm sorry.
however,
but I
the rest of
don't
these experiments, like in the
recognize you.
Hida story quest and
Are
in
you playing dumb with me?
in this story
No,
quest,
I'm not. I actually have amnesia, so
this
I've
is
lost
not
a lot
good.
of my memories.
This is not good at all.
And? Are you trying to say that I should forgive you just because you've forgotten what you've done? Or
He
are
didn't
you
say.
using the acting
He
grand
didn't
sage
say
as backup
anything.
to settle things with me. The two biggest loners teaming up. What a terrible thought.
That's enough. There seems to be a dispute between the two of you, but I have no interest
Yeah,
in
let's
that.
get to the point here.
I heard that Siraj once invited you to join his project. Is that true?
So, what if it is? Siraj did extend an invitation to me, and I was also interested in his project. I think it was about collective consciousness or something. Anyway, he said that I could be number 45. I refused because I thought that rank
Well, you
was
told them
too
what you
low.
were going to designate them
No one wants to
beforehand?
be placed at the bottom.
Yeah,
Certainly
you should
not
just
me.
scoop them up and then
Ilyas is
assign the
number
numbers after
36,
you've
and Janaki was
done
supposed
something
to
with
be number
them.
45. Ugh, just how many people did Siraj have as
Like I said, if he actually had 1,000 candidates
Did
and he was at
Siraj tell you
36
how
and
he assigned
45,
numbers?
that would actually be pretty
Yeah.
high ranked.
Remember how the sages took advantage of the Akasha and extracted Yana energy from our heads back then? They
Yes.
left a document that records the
That
amount
was
of
not
Yana
good either.
energy
Oh
that
yeah,
the Akasha
that's
had
right. That was the one I was
extracted out of
forgetting.
each
I was thinking there's
person.
one more
I
experiment I'm
don't know
forgetting.
how
Of course, the
Siraj
big
got
one, the
his hands on
Sabzer's
that
festival.
document, but he used it as the basis for
Samsara.
his numbering system.
That was a pretty horrifying experiment too. So that's okay. So
I
that's what I
see.
thought he'd have to take them all to his
He
cave and
believes
assess
that
them
this
there, but
data can be used to
I
evaluate
guess
a person's computing power.
he used the data that they already collected from last time to skip the work, and then but then don't tell them what number you're gonna rank them beforehand. Still, like, but yeah, I thought he'd have to drag them back to their cave and assess them there first, but I guess not.
Putting aside the validity of the data, it is meaningless to judge individuals based solely on their jnana energy.
Yeah.
At most, jnana energy can only be seen as representing a portion
And
of a
also,
person's
Jnana energy
abilities.
comes from dreams. So
Humans
it's
are
basically who
complicated
has the
beings,
most
so it
ambitions
is
and
impossible to
dreams.
evaluate them using a single criterion.
See? I knew I couldn't have only been ranked as 45.
What else do you know about Siraj?
That's it. He came to me, I refused, and that was the end of it.
Okay.
Is there anything else you needed? If not, I'm out of here. I've had enough of this eyesore.
Please, wait. I still want to know what I did in the past.
She probably doesn't want to repeat it, but okay.
You really forgot?
I swear, I don't remember anything.
Paimon can vouch for him. The mantra also said that he truly lost his memories.
Yeah.
I see. You know what? It's better this way.
Probably is better this
I
way.
get angry just thinking about it. So I really don't have the patience to fill you in. All you need to know is that you got a lot of people in trouble back then, including me. That's all I have to say. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
And she's gone.
Probably not as bad though as when
doesn't seem to like
Scaramouche
you
lost
very
all his memories and didn't
you
remember
really not
all of the
remember
bad things that he had done in the past.
I really don't.
But also forgot all of the
But after she
painful
said
memories
that,
of his past.
I've had
Anyway, this whole
heavy
thing
feeling
about
in my
restoring
chest.
memories is just
Yes.
it seems to be coming up
Something really
a
horrible.
lot in
Do
Sumeru,
you
considering
want to
that, and
remember?
that makes sense because
Huh?
you know, it's a nation
Even
of
though
wisdom
you're a
and
witness against Siraj in this case,
being
you've also
interconnected
lost
with
your
the world
memory.
and Irminsul and
No one can force you
everything.
to remember if you don't want to. Even if you manage to remember, all you would need to do is feign ignorance and tell us that you tried the best you could, but to no avail.
I'm not sure what to do. Like I said before, for some reason I felt a sense of freedom when I realized I had lost my memories.
Yeah?
But I feel like I shouldn't be allowed to go free so easily. I still
This
want
is
to
very
remember
similar to what
everything.
happened with Wanderer,
What should I
though.
do?
It's like you
I
feel
can look up your
free
file.
to have let
Something
go of
that
all those
caused
burdens
trouble
of the
for a lot
past you want to
people
get
in
rid
the
of
past
before.
must be on file somewhere. Would you like me to look into it?
Yeah, let's look into it.
Yes.
But at the same
please.
time, you can see even with
All right.
Ilyas,
Then let's return
he's
to the House
feeling
of Data.
empty inside with
We've
all those
spent enough
memories,
time here,
the good and the
you should
bad.
go and get your paycheck.
Yeah. Search for information related to Ilyas. Sounds good. What's the quickest way down? Do I teleport to the door or do I... Where does this even go? This doesn't go anywhere. Yeah, I better teleport to the door. Even though it's further from here, this does because this teleport waypoint's at the door. Whereas the other one is like near the Sanctuary of Sarasthana, which is a whole maze to get up there. Or back down by extension. But yeah. Like, very similarly, like the whole thing about like, memories. Sometimes when you live in the moment, all you want to do is be rid of all the painful emotions, the painful past. Get rid of all the bad things that have been done to you and bad things you might have done. But then, like for Wanderer, it's like, once you've actually done that, you don't remember anything. But you just wander the world and you feel like something's missing. Eventually, he wanted those memories restored, even seeing how painful they would be. Because that was better than having
Let's split up for now.
nothing at all.
Ilyas, you go
Like
and deal
no
with that.
memories and
The
no
rest of
past
you, come to
experiences
the
and
archives
emotions
with
at
me.
all.
We'll meet back here later and then head over to Gandharvaville.
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay. Thank you all so
Yeah,
much.
no problem, dude.
Relax, Ilyas. Being nervous accomplishes nothing.
Yeah, take a look at Alhaitham.
That's true.
It's never...
I'm
If he's
ready.
nervous, he doesn't show
No
it.
matter what I've done,
Just
I'm ready
because
to
that
face
helps
it.
him get the job done
I'll
faster.
also try my best to remember anything else related to Siraj. We'll put an end to all of this.
That's right.
I'm holding you to that. See you later.
Goodbye. Why is it always with him and see you later? It's just like, goodbye. Talk to Alhaitham. I mean... Where are you? Oh, you're up. He's up there. He's up in the cool Grand Sage office. Which apparently is now his office. For the time being, until they can get someone else to do it. Yeah. I mean, we got him to be the acting Grand Sage. There's still 2 other actual sages that still haven't had their roles removed. Because they didn't participate in schemes. Sorry, am I actually supposed to be looking for books, or are we just literally just going upstairs to talk to Alhaitham? Or maybe we only look at the books up there. Anyway, they didn't pick either of the 2 to actual sages who have a position right now, they picked Alhaitham. The way I see it, it's like Alhaitham doesn't want to be a leader. He said that explicitly, very clearly. He does not really want to consider himself to be like a ringleader or someone who can lead a group to victory. He just comes up with the plans and tries to get them done because that makes his life easier and hopefully other people's lives easier too, but he's not primarily focused on that. I just passed by. Was there another room I just passed by? I just saw some lights there. Anyway, but then... why have I forgotten what I was talking about? Also, what are those sections there? Okay, anyway, we're in the office now. The thing is, he's one of those people, it's like, he doesn't really want to be a leader, but he's kind of good at it. That's really
the important files.
And the thing is, that's probably why he was chosen for this role too. You know, look at him in this big chair. Oh, I see. Like, look. Just look at him. He's like, go ahead, start reading. Now, my question is though, are you reading books? Are you reading books that are from this pile, or are you reading your own book? Okay. I mean, this is Alhaitham. He's probably reading the books here because he probably just cannot bear to painstakingly watch us go through all the books and miss important details and work very slowly when he can read much faster. That being said, what is he doing right now? I don't think... How often do we see characters just like walking around waiting for us like this? What? I didn't read anything. I didn't click anything.
What's wrong?
Uh-oh.
No.
See, I'm a lore person.
Anyway,
I like the story.
I found Ilyas's file.
If I didn't...
Let's meet downstairs.
Uh-oh. You didn't let me finish reading the rest of them. I didn't start reading the rest of them. And you teleported me. Thanks. Wait, I've missed out on key pieces of lore, and now the following conversation is not going to make sense to me now. Thanks, Alhaitham. It's because I was too busy
that you were once commended by
staring at
Akademiya
him,
for
just
your
walking
courage
around in
and sense of
circles like for no reason.
You were considered a hero.
Huh? Me?
Yes.
Hero, that's quite a
Your instructor
title.
was engaging in academic fraud, and you were the one who reported him.
Oh.
Your report was found to be true after a series of investigations, and your instructor was brought to justice by the
so that other researcher probably is
This
one of the
incident
ones who
caused
was
quite the commotion,
involved
and the Akademiya
in
sent you a
fraud.
commendation.
So doesn't see him
Are any
as
memories
a
coming back to
hero, but as a villain
it's
who
just...
stopped
My head
his
feels like it's being
the
ripped apart
research
again.
project. So what is happening to
Did I
you?
seriously do that? Then why?
Okay, so probably not
Let's
as
put
simple
this
as what was
matter
on
aside for
file.
now. It isn't directly related to Siraj, so there's no need to push yourself over it.
I'm sorry.
It's fine. You've been messed with, so just rest your brain because
That should have been something good to hear, but my body is instinctively rejecting it.
so
I feel
probably
like
it
I'll
was not
black out
as
if I try to
it was not
remember.
as positive of a thing as the
Take
file
it slow.
seems to
Recovering
have
memories
it
is no
be for
easy
you.
task, especially when it involves memories that you don't want to remember.
Mm-hmm.
Just do what you think is right.
Just do what you think is
Thank
right.
you. I'm not sure how you're so calm and composed all the time, but it does
Me
make
neither.
feel more
You know what?
confident about the
One of these
situation I'm in.
days, even Alhaitham might just like break down. Well, he did. You remember? Well, I mean, he was acting, but when he got really mad at Azar, he's like, "Traitor! You traitor!" Right? I know. Otherwise, Alhaitham seems so like calm and composed, and you start thinking to yourself, how often do you see people that calm and composed? Like that's very, very calm and composed all the time. Everybody feels like angry or sad at some point, right? But thankfully for Alhaitham, he only is angry when he has to be angry, and that's when it is time to swap out a knowledge capsule on the Grand Sage's desk. This is the only time.
We should be close. Let me think. It should be this way.
Mm-hmm. Hello, what are you all chatting about?
Ilyas, what are you doing back here?
Well, they're waving, so they're probably happy to see you. Is this your family?
Dad, it's nothing. I was just wondering how everyone was doing.
Mm-hmm.
You sure everything's okay? Did they bully you again? It's all right. You can tell us. Ilyas, what's wrong?
I'm fine. Just a minor headache. I haven't been getting much rest lately.
Yep.
Back then, I told you not to be a hero.
Minor
Look how
headache.
things turned out.
How things turned out. Okay, explain.
I can't imagine how things are going for you at the Akademiya. We've even been receiving threat letters.
I see. I'm gonna guess it's
You
about
don't have to force yourself to stay at the Akademiya. You can always
when he
come back
reported
home.
that scholar
right.
scholar
I
has
just
like
need a little rest.
a lot of a
Ilyas
big
doesn't
following,
seem like he wants them to know that he has amnesia.
and probably started harassing him over it, and his family. That's horrible. It's already bad enough if somebody is like getting harassed, but it's even worse if you drag their family into it and they had nothing to do with it.
Hey, that's enough, you two. Ilyas isn't feeling well. You can keep nagging him once we get home.
Yeah.
Ilyas, let's find somewhere to talk.
Okay.
So, how's your headache?
It's much better now. Oh, here. It's this month's paycheck. How's everything at home?
Same old, same old. It's just that everyone's worried about you. Don't mind their nagging. Deep down, they know that you did the right thing.
Right.
It's just
What
that
was
after
it that he
hearing a lot
did
of
again?
bad rumors about you and seeing all the threatening letters. Well, they're mom and dad. Maybe they just want you to conform a bit more.
Conform.
Yeah. You don't remember? After the incident, you... Ilyas? What's wrong?
Ah, I see. I remember now.
Was that a
Don't
trigger
worry,
word for
I
him?
remember now.
You're acting a little weird today, you know? Anyway, I understand your decision. But
The
Mom,
suspense
Dad,
is
and I
killing
just
me. What is it that
want
he
you to be
did?
happy.
And
I don't care if you're a hero or not. I just want you to enjoy life and relax more.
Your understanding is a great comfort to him.
Is it? That's good. Are you a friend of his?
yes.
More so these two. My name is Alhaitham, and this is the Traveler in Paimon.
Hello.
Oh, that rings a bell. At any rate, I feel more at
I love
ease
how
knowing
he
that my
like
brother has
she's
friends.
like, "Are you his friend?"
Would you like to join
And
us for
then
dinner? I
and
just
then
happened
he's
to
like,
buy some extra
"Them,
food.
not me." He
Sorry,
doesn't want to be friends
but
with
I still have
anybody.
things I need to take care of.
He's a
Well,
loner.
that's a shame. Okay, I'll get going then. Take care of yourself, Ilyas.
Don't worry. I won't do anything to make you guys worry again.
You remember now?
Do tell us.
Yes, I do. Thanks for that. You know, you don't seem like such a bad person.
Did he?
Is that your way of
Did he
conveying
seem like a
gratitude?
bad person before? A little bit.
My apologies, but I meant every word. Remember when I asked at the tavern if we had ever met? I said that there was a sense of familiarity, but what I really meant was a sense of loathing.
Oh, I see. Some sort of past history, like in his memories.
Yeah, but having spent some time with you, I realized that you're not someone I disliked to that extent. Strange, isn't it? Why did I have those thoughts?
Maybe not all your memories will come back.
My strength is that I
Anyway,
don't
how
care
about
about what
you
others
tell
think.
us what it is that
If
actually
you could also
happened?
develop this quality, then you won't be as bothered by complicated social relationships.
Well,
It'd be
that's
great if I
just
could
a
think
very
like you.
Alhaitham answer.
But first things first. I remember where Siraj's cave is now.
I mean,
I'll take you
you'd
there.
think it'd be great to think like him, except he's all alone all the time, so I'm not sure that's the best option.
There are 2 things that you had to do. We've only checked off 1, right?
Yeah, and also, we still haven't figured out, like, us, the Traveler in Paimon, we still haven't figured out what
There are
exactly
more
it is
important
that you
things at
did.
hand.
and
We
why
have to
everyone's
stop
upset
Siraj
about it.
before he completes his collective consciousness, or it'll be too late.
Okay,
You're right. Let's head out.
sure. Because that experiment does sound very horrible. Pride and Prejudice. Not a good omen for what could possibly happen here. A mysterious person who has a place within the memories of many Aranara. Oh, no.
I'm used to the rain, but you should probably use an umbrella.
No, we're fine too, Tainari. Thank you very much for your concern. However, I think we will be fine. Here we go. Here we go. Is it like some sort of hideout? It's a hideout. It's a hideout. Let's go. Let's go inside the scary wind tunnel.
This is the place.
It's so well hidden. But there's nothing spooky about it. Let's go inside and take a look.
Let's go inside and take a look. Let's do it. Let's do it. Secret cavern. Ilyas guided you here. It seems to be the place where Siraj does his experiments. I see. Probably we'll get Alhaitham as well. Good team. This is a good team. I think it's a good team. Yay, Alhaitham. Cool. Okay. We're going deep into the woods here. This is like a campsite.
Weird. It's bigger on the inside than Paimon imagined. Are you sure it's still a
Well,
work
I
in
mean,
progress?
Paimon,
Ilyas, do you remember this place? Huh?
where did he go?
Ilyas!
Well, anyway, the hive mind project is the part that's taking long, not the construction of the
I
cave.
don't sense him nearby.
Did he get separated from us?
Oh, what if we brought him back here and like the internet
no need
signal,
for
the
that.
Wi-Fi signal,
Let's keep moving.
like connected back to his brain and dragged him back into the hive mind.
Catches up to us.
I mean, not the Wi-Fi signal itself, but you know, being near the project that probably has some sort of like mind connecting signal. Memories. Okay.
It's okay, Ilyas. You've done more than enough for me already.
Pasha terminals. This is in the past.
I don't understand. Everyone knows that Johnny is stealing your research. Why is no one willing to go public with the truth? He shamelessly used your thesis to send in a project application, and whenever the project hits a wall, he asks you for help. Everyone knows what's going on.
Do you know how many people are working on that project? If Johnny was kicked out because of academic fraud, that'd be the end of the project. Too many people would be affected.
But he's obviously taking advantage of you! He throws you the hardest work, and after you're done pulling all-nighters, he struts around with your research data and takes credit for it. That's not right! Why are you putting up with this?
Yeah, why are you putting up with this?
A lot of people warn me to not say anything, and I think they have a point. This is just how things are. All I want is to graduate without any problems. It's okay. He's at least paying me.
Half a year of your time and effort. Countless all-nighters and casual threats and insults. All for a measly 20,000
Okay, 20,000 more
mora?
is not a lot. So you can find that literally under a rock in some places here.
Enough. It's fine. I just need to suck it up and get it done.
I have a lot of opinions about that kind of a dynamic.
What's the matter?
I think I saw a glimpse of Ilyas's past. See, I'm the one who's more inclined to be like Ilyas in that situation. It's like, this isn't right. Everyone knows it's not right. You can't let other people just get away with this. I feel like I'm like that too. Like this really strong sense of justice, and I can't just let something like that happen when it's not fair and there's something I could do about it. But on the other hand, you see the other guy kind of just accepting it and not just to not make a fuss. I mean, I know people like that too. it's like sometimes you're just cutting your losses. You might be not getting what you deserve. But I know some people, it's like stirring up trouble at this point is way more trouble than they're willing to handle at that point. I'm not like that myself, but I try to understand when other people are like that. So.
Huh? You could read minds this whole time and you never told Paimon?
Yeah, that's right.
Of course not. I was also able to see those memories just now. They were probably the ones that leaked out while Ilyas was connecting to the
Yeah, he's probably getting dragged back
consciousness.
in that since we brought him here.
Collective
And why didn't Paimon see it?
It's clear that this place isn't a work in progress. The hive has long been finished. The collective consciousness project is already complete, and Ilyas is now returning to the collective.
So he tricked us? I don't think he tricked us. It's probably more like since he's been connected to this consciousness, his brain's tendency is to want to go back there because straying too far from it just makes him feel really far away from it. Like not on, so it's tricked us maybe, but like not maliciously.
Not entirely. Keep walking and you'll see why.
Yeah. Okay, this is not good. So that would also explain why so many people are angry with him though. Like, because if people's livelihoods depend on the project, then that, no, I still don't think it's right. I totally am with Ilyas on this one though. It's not fair for someone else to be stealing, basically stealing the research and just paying off the actual person, basically plagiarizing for doing it. Also, desert mechanics, yay. Are these like figurative barriers or like literal barriers, or is this like barriers of like unlocking walls in his mind kind of thing? But yeah, if people like their livelihoods were depending on that research, it's no wonder that even if it's not right, it makes sense why people would be angry. Don't you say a line in the treasure chest opens? I saw like on social media, he was like, "Don't let the things roll away." I guess I need to take it from here. And that's okay because we open this side and then we go like this. Oh, then we gotta go get the other one. Great, we're shut in now. This is pretty music though, I like this. Oops, there we go. But yeah. I mean, I think if I were Ilyas, I would do the same thing. I would say some things I just can't stand to see things not be right, but at the same time, maybe I wouldn't just because I understand. Just because I understand the other perspective of, as bad as things are now, you say something, it'll make things genuinely worse for a lot of people. It really, okay, situationally, of course. It really depends on what exactly is the context here. I'm not saying I pick one thing or the other for every situation. But in this situation, I can definitely see, like, the perspective of it's better to say nothing at this point. Even though I don't agree with it. Like, sure, that poor guy has to do all-nighters and let just for his work to get stolen, someone else take the credit, while he just gets paid 20,000 more, which is not like, dollars. It's a lot less.
Completely different from what Ilyas said. This place
A lot less
looks like
value.
It's been done for a while.
Seemingly, considering how easy it is to get more. But anyway, it's like, I don't know.
Contributing to the collective
I
by
don't
only
know.
thinking to your strengths. How easy.
It does sound easy, but dude, life's not easy. That's the thing.
Alhaitham. Just thinking of that name
Uh-oh.
fills me with hatred.
And it seems like all these people have
must get rid
a
of him.
vendetta against Alhaitham for some reason. So he must have also been part of because he was part of, because Because he's a scribe, right? We mentioned this before. He's involved with rejecting some of these projects. So he's probably involved in this too. Okay, so it looks like we cannot get off. We can get off. Okay. Yeah, that was a pretty location, by the way. Did you see this area? Oh, so lovely. Fortunately, we cannot go back in there now. Okay, this looks like Undarverville. Okay, more memories. More memories. That's a cool effect they have here. Uh-oh.
An entire year's worth of work down the drain. And for what? Your reputation? Do you
Not
have
just
any
for
idea
reputation,
how
for
many people
justice.
you brought down?
You could have played hero any time, so why couldn't you have waited until the project was complete?
I don't understand what you guys are saying. Are you saying you don't care that Raju jumped to his death?
Oh no.
It's a shame. What happened to him? I thought he was stronger than that.
Don't
Everyone
say
has
that.
been working
That's
hard
not.
to complete the project. He could have endured for a bit longer, but he
Hey,
chose
no,
now.
that's not how mental
All
health
times.
works.
In any case, we're done with you. Because of your recklessness, the Matra are putting Johnny on trial. Oh, this project is done for. None of this affects you at all. But do you know how many people,
Doesn't affect him.
myself
His
included, needed this project to complete
friend
their
died.
studies? Now our futures are up in the air. If worst comes to pass, we might not be able to graduate. Do you understand now?
I'm sorry.
There's no need for an apology. It's not like I'll accept it anyway. You'll pay for this.
No. Oh my gosh, that's so sad.
Hey, you're blinking out again. What did you
Okay,
see
this is just suspicious to me. Why does Paimon not say the same thing that we're seeing? I mean, there's been some things in the past that like only Aether can see, but Alhaitham's seeing this too. Why cannot So this time's like, why can't Paimon see this? Oh my gosh, that's even worse. And this is exactly why, in a lot of cases, I don't agree with not saying anything. Because sometimes people just don't say anything because they think it's... Sometimes people don't say anything because they think they're going to start more trouble than they already have. And I don't agree with that. But this is a clear example of why I don't agree with that. Because if you just let all the bad experiences pile up on you like that. Well, I'm really sad that Raju died. And the other guy had the audacity to say, like, oh, he should have just been stronger. You never say that about someone who's going... And yeah, you know what, Ilyas tried to stop this from happening, you guys. For what it's worth, he probably was willing to take the bullying if it meant he had a chance to make everything right. But he didn't even get that. He didn't even get a chance to make everything right.
Don't jump to conclusions just yet. Save your words.
Yeah,
for
sorry,
when
I
we
won't
see
jump
him.
to conclusions. We just sprinted. I won't jump to conclusions, except for the guy who just said that when somebody jumped off a cliff, he said, oh, they should have just endured for longer. They should have just been stronger. That's the worst. Don't you dare say that. It's people who feel that way.
Just in case, why don't we take both
Thanks,
keys with
Paimon.
us?
Yeah. Because people have had to go through enough of that for so long already. In the end, we're not all like superhumanly strong. Wait, how come... What, the gate's supposed to stay open with the other one on the other side? Oh wait, no, it wasn't open. I did take both keys with me though. take this. Alright, I think Paimon's just trying to confuse me. Paimon tries to confuse me. Well, I guess I'm gonna bring none of them. Oh no, memory times! Gosh, this story is getting kind of dark. Actually, it already is kind of dark. It's darker now.
Ilyas, this is all very strange. Is there really no research group that will take
Why is his finger so weird like that?
To pass this course, you must complete a paper with other researchers. I know you're a hero for fighting academic fraud.
And really, why the word
can't
term
make
hero?
exceptions
He
for
just was
heroes now,
the
can
guy
we?
reported fraud.
Maybe you should
That
try
doesn't
to
make him a
improve your relationship with the other
hero, and this
researchers.
proves the whole thing that Alhaitham was saying about titles
reputation
just
for
get in the
being
way of you being
Too
able to do anything.
unconventional will not stand you in good stead in the long run.
I understand.
And in terms of good reputation, it actually seems like his reputation's become
You seem troubled.
even worse amongst,
Who are
you
you?
know, actual people.
Where are my manners? My name
All
is
the mad
Siraj.
scientists always are wearing a mask every time.
Siraj, I've heard of you before. Do you need something from me?
The world hates people who don't fit in. I imagine you've had your fair share of
Yeah.
trouble. After you reported Johnny for academic fraud, you were ostracized and shunned. Even your family can't understand your actions. However, I'm working on some research that will help you merge into a collective. That way, your life won't be so dolorous. How about it? Wanna have a go?
I mean, at this point, he was probably just desperate to get involved in researching again. Oh my gosh. I don't know how I feel.
What did you see?
I don't... The problem is the stories are very much emphasizing on Ilyas's whole part, right? But we have to not forget that the whole reason Ilyas actually did stand up and say something about the fraud in this research project was because someone he knew was basically being leeched off of for their work, not getting any credit, pulling all-nighters and being mistreated for it. Like, you work that hard and then get less than nothing in return. And then they ended up jumping off a cliff. How could you, like, not say something after that at this point? Some people are making him say that he's a hero, and some people are acting like he's like the worst villain ever for destroying everyone's lives. In the end, for him, wasn't it all just to help somebody that he couldn't save? He couldn't save them in time. I'm gonna get too emotional over this. Just take a deep breath in. Let's just finish the story quest. He was persuaded.
I can't believe it! He really did trick us! That
Paimon, you didn't see what I saw.
Siraj is the real giga jerk here. Ilyas
Yeah.
is just a regular jerk.
I don't think he's a jerk.
Paimon's so mad!
And Paimon, I'm still suspicious. Why didn't you not see? Why are you not seeing this? That's the real issue I'm having here, Paimon. Why can you not see these dreams? Like, what makes you special to be excluded from this? And furthermore, don't get mad at him. It's like Paimon does not understand. Either we didn't communicate properly to Paimon what we saw, or else Paimon clearly does not understand what we saw at all. Also, his clothes very pixelated, right? Looking so close right now. But also, like, can Paimon see text boxes? Like seriously. Like first there was the instance of Paimon calls Scaramouche in the Inazuma Archon quest, even though he only said that he's the balladeer. And people know that's discrepancy. He never introduced himself as Scaramouche. And it's been a really long time they've never adjusted that, which makes me feel that that's intentional. And the other thing is, when the Tori shows up and he's like, now they call me the Doctor, and then his Fatui like card shows up. It says the second of the 11 Fatui Harbingers. He never says that. But immediately after, Paimon's like, that's so scary, Fatui Harbinger number 2? And I'm like, he never said that. I'm almost wondering, like, sure, these could be just like little like story writing errors or localization errors or text errors or anything. But it's actually, I feel that's not the only example of this. I feel there's another one I'm forgetting too. Like, I think Paimon can read the text boxes, but unfortunately, Paimon can't read the text boxes in scenes that she's not in. So if we're looking at a memory of something that happened in this guy's head, unfortunately, she can't see that.
You've come.
Well, that sounds very much like you're part of a hive mind.
I intentionally slowed my integration into the collective consciousness because I wanted to see you one last time as Ilyas. And I wanted to apologize to you as him. It was only at Gandharvaville that the second thing I must do occurred to me. Bring you all here.
Well, that's great. We did that then. We've accomplished everything on your list.
And bring Alhaitham to the hive. That was my task as Siraj.
Oh yeah, we still have to get a clear explanation of why they specifically dislike Alhaitham.
You were already Siraj number 36? But you passed the Matra's lie detector test!
Yes, I truly did forget many things during that time. Even my identity and assigned responsibilities.
Oh, you poor thing.
However, it's not that I got scared and forgot. I chose to delete those memories.
So that way you could pass the lie detector
test. It's difficult to fool Alhaitham, so I had to create the perfect guise.
And the perfect guise is, of course, being honest.
And the best guise is when you believe your own lies.
Yeah.
Correct. I only told you that the hive was incomplete because I had deleted my memories of its completion.
You basically have to make it in order to be able to be Alhaitham, you have to make it look so real that it was real.
I was already living as number 36. Now, I choose to return to that identity. Only here can I be truly free.
Oh, poor thing. I
mean,
after
all I wanted to say.
After everything that he went through in his life,
back into the collective.
It's like,
and so
this is very much parallels with Scaramouche. After all the literal horrible things that happen, it's no wonder he feels a desire to choose like a life that the rest of us would say is like, why? Like, why would Scaramouche join the Fatui?
You need more time to consider,
like,
Ilyas.
But after everything he's been through, this somehow is better than what he had.
Is Siraj
before.
So you're that Giga Jerk!
Yes, you're right, the Giga Jerk.
Giga Jerk? How bold of you.
Oh, Paimon just loves her ugly nicknames for people. And Giga Jerk is yours.
terminals to allow users to share memories and emotions. Then, I recruited researchers from the Akademiya to build a collective consciousness.
Well, what, did you like implant the Akasha terminals in their heads or something? Like
the experiment
them wearing it
amongst themselves. Here, people can live easily and happily without needing to exercise complex mental
Yeah, that's right. So it's like from eliminating the steps of going to a library to eliminating the steps of needing to process information from Google to just eliminating the steps of thinking
then I ask you,
and feeling anything at all.
between here and the outside.
We're not part of your hive mind, so I guess there is no difference.
Who engage in dangerous research in extreme environments while others become idle and listless. People are so obsessed with collective will that even those on the fringes will attempt to fit in after suffering setbacks. Isn't that right, Ilyas?
You notice though, Siraj doesn't call him Siraj number 36, he calls him Ilyas.
Creatures to congregate
You'd think that if he truly considered them all to just be like puppets of the same hive mind, he would call them by their number designation. But he still calls them by his name. Interesting.
Swarm. Replace the bees with humans, and this model becomes even more potent. Welcome to the hive, Alhaitham. You once arrogantly denied the merits of this project before the Grand Sage. A few simple words from you, and my research was
Oh,
consigned
yeah, that's
to
right. That's why they don't like
nothingness.
Alhaitham. Just because this guy doesn't like Alhaitham,
course,
and he's
I'm well aware that
spreading
you
that
don't care
memory into everybody's heads.
You don't care about the pain of others. But I
He really
didn't
doesn't care
give
about the
up.
pain of others.
I made my
But that's because
thesis
he's more focused
into
on like
reality.
When
a
we
very
arrived,
pragmatic
I
approach.
noticed many empty rooms in the hive.
Oh, you noticed that? Then can you guess where their inhabitants are?
In the real world?
The answer is the Akademiya. They're executing another phase of the plan. The plan to install me as a sage.
Oh, so that's why you're like
The
this
collective
like
consciousness links all
nominee
of us
that everyone
into a
is
single
cheering
mind,
for.
showcasing our individual strengths as we work together. We are able to execute complex undertakings while instantaneously modifying our
Let me ask you this
strategies
though.
in response to
Alhaitham said that in your
unexpected
project
situations.
you
Everything
designate
has
the
been
person with the
proceeding
most
smoothly.
computational power as the Overmind.
You
My question is
are our
is
biggest
that
obstacle.
himself? Is that you,
With you out of
Siraj?
the way,
Or did you pick
I'll
somebody
use my
else to be
growing
Siraj
influence
number
to
one
turn the
who's not
collective
you?
consciousness into a legitimate study. The project will snowball until ultimately everyone will be part of my hive. No. The hive will be in control.
And here's the thing, he kind of
And
seems
it
to,
will lead
to
the
view the
Akademiya
hive as like
towards a new future.
not necessarily like puppets, but more like
What
just
can you achieve
at
with
least
mere
appreciating every
words?
contribution that every
You weren't
person
even
makes.
able to change Ilyas's mind. Return to the hive, number 36.
Oh, he has his glasses
Yes.
now. Google glasses.
Look! There are lots of people out there worried about you.
Yeah, like your family still cares about you a lot.
And you aren't an outcast. Aren't we your friends?
Yeah.
That's easy for you to say, given that you're travelers. Will you two continue to stay at the Akademiya?
Probably
when you
not.
leave, tragedy will repeat
Yeah, that's
itself.
true. We're also, in that sense,
Return,
we're
number
also outsiders.
36.
We're outcasts as well.
You know as well as I do that comforting words don't make life any easier.
Ilyas? Why?
No.
You two are just as arrogant as Alhaitham. You think that everyone should be like you and live according to their own truths. But you don't realize that most people simply want easy lives. I allowed number 36 to leave the hive without his memories only because I knew he would eventually return. This proves that I know more about human nature than you do. Alhaitham, do say a word or two. I will consider them as your last.
Our last? Are we gonna die
I made
here?
those words quite clear a year ago. The model you presented was extremely unstable.
Hang on, we're not
No
gonna die
amount of
here, are
garish
we?
packaging will change its fragile nature. It can't be helped. If you were clever enough to realize those problems, then you would have been aware that the hive changed when
Ooh.
Ilyas returned to
Alhaitham
this
has a
collective
plan, I
consciousness
see.
of yours.
He always has a plan. A bajillion steps ahead. Now, what was it this time?
What's happening?
And why is it happening perfectly on time as he says this word?
The collective
Considering
needs
I didn't
motivation to execute its
see
plans,
him
just
press
as
a button or
machinery
something.
requires energy to operate.
Mhm.
That's why you, as the Overmind, synchronized your hatred of me into the collective, prompting them to create and execute a plan to eliminate me.
Unite them to a cause that gives them
However,
motivation.
when Ilyas returned to the collective, his memories and emotions were shared with the rest of its
Oh!
members.
So
This
that's why they made
influenced
such
his
a big
perception
point
of me.
about Ilyas being...
Thanks for that. You know, you don't seem like such a
Yeah,
bad person.
you don't seem like such a bad person.
Strange, isn't it? Why did
Why
I
have these
those
thoughts at the
that
time when they've never
This
even met?
contradicts the
That's
hatred
because
you
the
had provided
hatred
them,
came
and these
from
two
not
different
himself but from
emotions will give
Siraj.
rise to new conflict.
And now you don't have 100% hatred of Alhaitham rate amongst your hive. You only have 99%, and that's enough to make fluctuations in your data.
Wouldn't expect any less from you, Alhaitham. Once the collective consciousness bugs out.
Oh, Paimon, don't talk too fast. See? Alhaitham's not talking ahead of himself.
Alhaitham, I told you.
Yeah, it's
You're
okay.
too
Alhaitham is always...
Did you really
He's
think
always like
that your
4 or
little
5
scheme
steps
would
ahead.
be enough to destabilize the hive? Ilyas's return had indeed introduced abnormal emotions into the hive, but such a meager drop cannot give rise to waves.
Okay, sorry, I had to just go get a charger for a sec. Okay, first of all, this song like never plays, and it's one of the best in the game, and we're getting to hear it right now. And second of all, I forgot what I was going to say when I went to go get my charger. So we're going to keep listening.
Your struggle has been in vain, and it's time to end it. Allow me to show you what makes the collective
Oh yeah, I was saying
so
Alhaitham's like a million steps ahead.
So many
Think about it. His plan to get into the academia when we were trying to save.
I also integrated monsters into the collective, though I ranked them last.
Oh, okay, so they're also
So
part of
they
your
are
hive
part
mind.
of
Good
it.
to know. The plan to save Lester
lack of
Kusanali,
perfect
he made it
cooperation
look
can be
look like we got
achieved, much like
captured.
soldiers who have undergone
He made it
strict
look
training.
like we got captured by the Grand Sage. Like,
drown in
oh no,
endless
we've been
waves of
found out.
monsters.
But then he made it look like he was betraying us for Azar. But then Azar figured out that he was only pretending, and then he got kicked out and like beaten up and was like, "You traitor!" and then got kicked out. And is really actually just like baiting him like 3 times.
You two just need to brace yourselves for the nuisance in front of us.
And this is probably part of one of his plans too, is what I'm saying.
Paimon doesn't know how you get so confident.
That's because, yeah, but Alhaitham's plan is definitely making the other person think that they've won, then making them think that they're not winning. So then they get super worked up and start using all their things, and then he actually goes for them for real. Come on, we gotta do this with Alhaitham. I think about it. He called them out for like Ilyas's perception of him changing, and that created an anomaly in the hive mind, right? But then at the same time, now the hive mind is starting to put itself back together again. But I'm sure that he only wants them to think that because he has a plan.
Alhaitham isn't that bad of a person.
But it has to be done. He must be eliminated so that we
That's
can
right,
evolve.
he has to evolve. And also, what are you guys doing here? It's only once. I guess we're just hearing their voices somewhere in the distance. I mean, because we're not part of the hive mind, right? So it's not like we can hear their voices in our head. Although maybe these monsters are talking as them. Who knows? Oh, come on.
You see? That is the will of the collective. Even with the hatred gone, they continue their work. An external anomaly cannot shake the collective stability.
And yet, I still hear voices and stuff like that. But yeah, Alhaitham's plans so far, and I think it's gonna happen again, involve pretending that they're super confident, going in somewhere, pretending to get tricked, pretending to trick the other person, pretending that they got tricked again, and then ultimately he wins. Because he actually did trick everybody. Oh shit, I haven't been using the Hita. There I go. Hang on, it's not working. I don't know how to use this team on controller, and I don't know how to use this team at all. Oh shoot, I need to hold the button with Tainari. That's right.
What's going on? What's with this sudden influx of information? Silence!
Okay, so he didn't make himself the Overmind, but hang on, is that... I wonder how much Jnana energy he has, because if he doesn't have the most, then that really conflicts with his protocol to make himself the leader. Just because you created the project, you get to be the smartest person by default.
The Temple of Wisdom.
Can't see? Let's nip that in the bud.
Front. I like the mirror aspect of attacks. And I like how all these Dendro characters like Mahita and Alhaitham have like this kind of like not electronic, like lightsaber-ish kind of like futuristic sound effects to like their attacks. That's it. Just you, Mushroom versus Alhaitham. I don't know. I don't know. Was dream of the spores.
Was there an error in judgment?
The will of the collective cannot be wrong.
Oh, is the hive mind rebelling against their leader.
But Siraj is the most intelligent among us. He's number one.
Yeah, you guys gonna notice finally that he assessed everybody based on their Dhyana energy except probably himself. Because if he didn't, that goes against basically his ranking for everybody. That's what I'm hoping is gonna be the solution here. Make everybody rebel. Of course, though, the hive mind is still existing, though. I don't know how we're gonna deal with that. And very similarly to in Nahida's story quest, we're dealing with these people would rather be in here than in the real world because the real world has become a place that's too painful for them otherwise. But we, as outside perspective, might see this place as being bad, but at the same time, these people think the outside world is even worse. Okay, what's happening here?
What have you done?
Calm down. Don't you have an easy way to figure
Calm
this
down,
out?
he says. Even now, Alhaitham's so chill.
You were only designated as number 36? What a shame. From what I can see, your talents merit a smaller number. Putting aside the validity of the data, it is meaningless to judge individuals based solely on their Dhyana energy.
What you said to Ilyas has now become a memory shared by all members of the Hive.
Everybody wants to be number one now.
I see it now! You've channeled and amplified their selfish desires! You're trying to destroy my Hive from the inside out!
Human minds are not infinitely pliable, and your hive has stretched many of them to their limit. Once your authority as Overmind starts to wane, it won't be long before your subjects snap back. Is it worth living here like a machine?
Yeah, is this place really better than
my life? As soon as one
than
person
outside?
begins to have these thoughts, selfishness, doubt, and fear will propagate. Thanks
That's
to
right,
the
you
web of
connected all of them.
consciousness that you built. At this stage,
Oh my
your
gosh,
so-called
Alhaitham
hive
is so smart
has
sometimes.
already fallen.
It's not over yet.
Well, your glass is turning red. Does not bode well for your survival in the next 5 minutes, or 2 minutes, or 10 seconds.
It's too late. Once the desires of the hive accumulate, beyond a certain threshold, they will kill their king.
Did he just make the sword materialize out of thin air?
Disgraceful defeat if I was the Overmind.
My number shouldn't be so far down the list. Siraj is a liar.
This isn't
Holy moly, this cutscene's really insane. Yeah, how did he... So he could just materialize the swords out of thin air? Oh, that's cool. Or at least the one sword. The other one, he needs it to be real. Okay. I just saw a bunch of Sirages just appear in the same spot, so...
What happened just now?
Members of a collective consciousness are more likely to reach a consensus because of their shared memories and emotions. For example, Ilyas did have differing perceptions, but he ultimately followed the collective consciousness's judgment. However, this system is far from perfect. Based on this logic, the collective consciousness will generate an intractable diffusion effect upon encountering negative emotions.
Desires.
The disturbance that Ilyas caused wasn't for naught. It made the collective question the Overmind.
Setbacks in the plan further amplify doubt, which diminishes the Overmind's influence. This inevitably causes the collective to generate negative emotions.
Apprehension, disappointment, panic, avarice. These negative emotions can be very well hidden, as humans generally do not share completely transparent
It's
channels
hard
of
to use words
communication.
to describe what
But
you're
in the
feeling
hive,
sometimes.
where there are no secrets, negativity can spread like a tidal wave. Of course, what I said to Ilyas was the trigger for all of this. A few words were enough. Believe in the power of words,
That's right, from the
Siraj.
bookworm himself.
You were already thinking of a way to destroy the collective consciousness.
So that's why he was so interested in this case. He already formulated this plan before he even stepped into the screen today.
But how did you know? Since when?
I knew it from the moment I saw him. Moreover, I never looked down on you. My opinion
right,
of you has
the pragmatic
always been
approach.
objective. You have a naive view towards the concepts of collective
Logic and
consciousness
reason
and human evolution, but you are
over
intelligent
human
and
emotions,
disciplined.
although he doesn't
You would
disregard.
never let
That's a
test
nice
subject
thing. He does
escape.
not disregard human
Mistakes like
emotions.
that are
He
beneath
just
you,
tries to
and you
factor them
also
in
won't leave
into
any mistake
anticipating
without
what
a
people are going to
resolution.
do.
I never thought I'd hear those words come from you. But if you're saying that out of
Okay,
sympathy,
now where's all the other hive mind people?
I know very well that you've never viewed me as an equal. When you were with us, you always had a distant look in your eyes.
Yeah, but he doesn't look with everybody. Don't take it personally.
You don't need to hide it. I know it better than anyone else. The arrogance that comes with being a genius. Nobody likes being treated like that.
Your perspective is entirely born from your habitual way of looking at things. From your perspective, you probably think I'm like you, someone who doesn't fit in. However, I've never placed myself on a pedestal.
Other people did,
I
but
just
not
want
himself.
to distance myself from meaningless noise.
He just
and
wants
look
to
at everything
chill and
objectively.
do his own thing.
On the other hand, you have failed to come to terms with who you truly are. You care too much
He just wants to
about
chill
winning
and do his
how
own
others
thing, but
perceive
life won't
you.
let him have that.
You mean to say that I'm the
Pretty
arrogant
much.
one here?
Is that not so? Arrogant and emotionally fragile. You view people as a simple, mediocre collective, while you regard me as one of your kind.
Regardless, I have lost. You can take me back to the Akademiya to stand trial.
You will stand
That's
trial.
probably what we're here to
yes,
do.
But arresting people isn't in my job description. I'm just an ordinary staff member. I believe it is the General Mahamatra's duty to escort you away.
No way. Was the mission Sino was on specifically? No.
I followed the
Okay,
symbols.
probably not from the beginning because
Looks like things have already
Alhaitham
been
hadn't
settled.
come into the picture yet at that point. But anyway, I was wondering, like, was the reason Sino was on a mission so that way he would appear here at this point in time? Anyway, goodbye. What symbols? Do tell.
I left a similar picture in my letter to him, and I made several similar symbols on
Okay.
the way here.
Wait, what do you mean you left a letter?
Now, what do you mean you left a letter?
Oh, Paimon remembers. When Paimon first saw you,
Oh, okay. So it wasn't the original mission Sino was on, but it very quickly did.
so you really did know that something was up with Ilyas from the start.
Yeah, that's right. Because if
be best if you
if he
didn't
told
spout
us Paimon, I
nonsense.
think you would
I
have
never
spoiled it
employed any
so
motive
far.
trickery on you. By the way, I came
The whole
across
thing
some
about,
information at the Academia
you know,
a few days ago.
the people
If you practice
who
the
are going to be
method
act the most
discussed therein,
authentic if they
your
actually believe it's
vision may
real.
improve. Do you need it?
That's right.
This guy.
By the way, have you thought of an ugly nickname for him yet?
I heard that Siraj sent more people to the Akademiya. We can't let those jerks get away.
Don't worry. The Matra have started screening
Yeah,
suspicious
that's right. We
persons,
got this.
and we've already arrested many of Siraj's associates. This was likely one factor that caused the Hive's consciousness to waver. Everything went as you predicted,
Yeah.
Alhaitham.
Good. Seems like the interesting part is already over.
The
I'll
interesting
leave the arrests
part.
to you all.
Goodbye,
See you.
I guess. He's too chill sometimes.
And off he goes.
All right. It's gone. Whatever. I'm going to go read my book now.
Let's stick around for a while.
All right. I see. So what happened to Ilyas? Well, I guess we're going to get started.
Oh no. Oh no. I was involved in all these plans to get rid of the acting Grand Sage?
Yep.
What came over me? How could I do something like this?
We were
called a hive
accomplices
mind.
without knowing it. But I'm afraid that Alhaitham might pressure the Matra into giving us heavier sentences.
Nah.
Whether he's the scribe or the acting Grand Sage, we can't afford to offend him.
Are you guys the students from the
Seems our
beginning?
future
No,
at the
no, I don't think
Akademiya
they're
will be
different.
full of uncertainties.
We can discuss the future
No.
later.
You guys don't know
Leaving the
Alhaitham. He doesn't
collective
take
left
things
me with
personally.
Strange sense of guilt.
And people
I didn't feel
assume
anything
that he
towards
doesn't
Alhaitham at
care
first,
about
since he
them.
wasn't well known.
But let's be honest.
All the
Him
opinions
not
I've heard
caring about you actually works in your favor like 90% of the
made us
time when
hate
it comes to
Alhaitham,
anything he
and
gets
we
involved
blindly
with.
accepted that hatred and thought of him as a bad person. From how things look, we've done a lot of irrational things.
Yeah. Don't worry though.
I guess we're getting what we deserve.
You're not gonna get.
Could you help us apologize to Alhaitham?
Yeah, I will. For sure.
Paimon will help you tell Alhaitham.
Whether he chooses to forgive you is up to him, but more importantly, I don't think he cares that much about individually all of you.
No matter what he chooses, apologizing will make us feel slightly better.
And I don't mean that in like
If
a
he chooses
doesn't
to
care
remember
like
this, we're prepared for our
like I said, he's a very rational person.
time to
so it's more about
Let's go.
it's more about just getting the job done.
So
People don't waste time with those frivolities because it's not his time that gets wasted.
we can ask Alhaitham about that later.
Yeah. Oh, Ilyas.
Looks like I can't exist as Siraj number 36. Yet, my life as Ilyas goes on. When I was
Yeah.
at Gandharvaville,
And I guess you don't get a
thought about
completely
whether I should
clean
just come
slate
forward with the truth.
like Wanderer did either.
But I didn't have the courage then. So in the end, I lost my sense of justice, but I also wasn't able to conform.
Ilyas?
Don't be sad. I'm the one who deceived you. However, I didn't come out of this
But-
completely empty-handed. The moment the hive
I
collapsed,
know
an idea popped into my head.
his sense of justice
I
is what got
realized
him
that the collective I was
involved
always
in all
trying
of
to
this
fit
because
into
he tried
wasn't
to
as powerful as I
get
had
justice
imagined.
for his friend who couldn't
Understanding
get
that
justice
gave
for
me
himself
courage
anymore.
somehow. Perhaps one
But
day I could be just
even
like
he ended
Alhaitham
up
and not care
losing
about
that
what
sense of
anyone else
self.
thinks.
You can do it. Paimon believes in you.
I mean, okay, I'm not sure Haytham's the perfect
get
example.
going.
You care a
I'm
little
one of the
bit about what
primary
other people
suspects in the
think.
case, so I'll have to receive my
But
due punishment. Can
it
you
is
keep
true
this a secret from my
because
parents and my sister?
honestly,
I
if
just don't want
everyone
them to
just
worry. Also, please
from Haytham's
apologize to
perspective,
Alhaitham for
it's
me.
like you
Goodbye,
take
you
everything
two.
personally. Let emotions affect every decision you make, like every decision. It's not
All
really
the
gonna
test subjects have been
work
taken
out
away.
as well as
I'll
being
have
able
my
to just look at
subordinates
things from
seal
a
the place,
purely logical
retrieve all
perspective.
documentation,
In the end, you don't really
and
want to be
destroy
exactly
the
like
system.
Alhaitham, but you don't want to be too
Are you
like
two hurt?
emotional either. You want to be
I
somewhere
brought
in the middle.
bandages and hemostatics.
Oh, thank you.
Just a little tired.
Get
You
some
remember?
rest.
You remember in Sino's
Alhaitham is
story
probably
quest
waiting
when
for you at the entrance.
Dory sold us
Go see him when
those
you're done
really expensive
Watch out for
desert
any of Siraj's
expedition
associates who might
packages,
still be in
and then
hiding.
Sino ended up like,
If you
like,
encounter
I don't remember
anything you
paying for
can't
this. I'm
take
gonna
care of,
arrest
come
her,
find
this
me at the
associate.
Akademiya.
Okay, you stay safe too, Sino.
Bye, Sino. Nice to see you again.
Let's go meet up with Alhaitham.
Let's go to the tavern and play some genius invocation TCG. Wow, okay, that really was quite a domain, wasn't it? Oh, my team is almost dead too. Yeah. In the end, it's everything in moderation, right? And that's the whole thing about, like, Alhaitham and Kaveh are like polar opposites kind of thing. Now, how that affects their dynamic, I'll leave that up to you. But it's like on the one, and that's why I like Kaveh a lot. I really relate to just being like a super, like, just get really emotional, really dramatic all the time. But in the end, the thing is, it's pretty good to have some sort of balance, like the way Alhaitham is, it's like he doesn't care what other people thinks of him. I wouldn't say doing that 100% of the time is the best thing to do, but oh, he's just right there. But at the same
The
time,
matter's settled. We can return now.
that
actually
does make
thought
a
it
lot of
would've been settled
aspects of
sooner.
like
This took
socialization
much longer
easier.
than I expected. Judging by your faces, it seems like you two still have some questions.
Now, easier for him, I would say. Not necessarily easier for making social connections, but easier for him. And for Alhaitham, he just wants to just do his own thing. And since that's the most important part, that's all that needs to, that's why this works out for him. It works out for him because it matches his lifestyle and his personality.
I respect your curiosity, but I'm off the clock now, so I'm not going to field any questions.
Okay.
Hey, we're not your colleagues.
Yeah, we're friends.
You couldn't tell that was an excuse just now?
Kidding me?
Oh my gosh, this is
Leaving
just...
today until you explain what happened back at Siraj's secret base.
Ether's like, yeah, that's right. You answer Paimon right now.
See ya.
Hold it right there.
Never change.
Are you done? Your behavior is reminding me of some other people.
Oh, another super dramatic person, right? See ya.
It's too much of a hassle to explain everything from the top. You know what? Come with me.
See, he does care a little bit.
Where to?
You'll know when we get there.
I suppose we'll know when we get there. Okay. Where is this? Interactions between Paimon and Alhaitham are so funny. Like Paimon and Ito, Paimon and Alhaitham, just anytime like Paimon gets super worked up and the other person is just like, well, Ito also gets worked up. Oh, it's Alhaitham's house? Oh no, I know who we're gonna meet here then. Then like, Alhaitham, you live here? Like right at the foot of the tree?
Is this your home?
This is his chill space.
Yes.
What's with you all of a sudden? Being all polite and inviting us over?
It's part of his plan. Ah, hello!
Ah, you're back. Quick, come help me see if this painting's all straightened. Huh? Who are they?
Nobody.
Stop making a fuss. They're obviously guests.
You're not from the Akademiya, are you?
No. Oh my gosh, we're meeting Kaveh!
I'm unsure she's seen you before. You're that person from that time in that one place!
That's right, that's
Wait,
him.
What? How do you know me? Oh no, do people know that I live here?
Everyone knows you live here.
You're embarrassed only now of all times?
I mean, maybe not into that. But that's right.
Yes, we are, but keep that to yourselves. Please, don't tell anyone else.
I keep a few books on collectives and the subconscious here at home. I'll get them. You all chat in the meantime.
You all chat in the meantime. I would love to. Yeah.
Hey! You're leaving just like that? What's the deal, Alhaitham?
Well, hello, it's nice to meet you. I've been wanting to meet you for a long time, Kaveh. I'm sure we're gonna be just as socially awkward.
Sorry, I know we've only just met, but I have to ask. Are you, you wouldn't happen to be actors that Alhaitham hired to pretend to be his friends, would you?
And what if we were? What if we were? What if we were?
Guess not. I've never seen him invite friends home before, so please excuse my surprise. You guys get it, right? You know, with his temperament and stuff.
Oh yeah, we get it. We get it. For sure.
But aren't you his friend?
I wouldn't say friends.
Yeah, you know, there's so many
exactly.
people in the entire scenario you could have been roommates with, but you decided to be roommates with him, and he allowed it. So
Don't worry about it. My name is Kaveh. I'm sorry to have met you under these circumstances. Anyway, please don't say anything about me
sure, I won't
living
say
here.
anything about it. But he probably. I wonder this. The house is literally on the main street, though. People gotta see you leaving this place.
Are you serious? How could you?
There's gotta be some like secret exit in this house.
That was a normal response. You exposed your own weakness.
Look at this guy, though.
Still, why do you have to treat me like he does?
Aww.
Judging by the deafening din coming from the living room, you all must be getting along quite well.
Perfectly.
Entertain your own friends, why don't you?
Aw, goodbye. I'll see you again
I'll leave
soon.
the books here.
Thanks. We're gonna read all of those. All of them. All at once.
Paimon's dizzy from reading. This is way too complicated. Why don't we just ask questions instead?
Yeah. How about you sum the books up for us?
Oh, how did you know about the collective consciousness's weakness?
Well, he probably...
A year ago, Siraj presented his thesis to the
Figure it
Grand
out.
Sage, who offhandedly asked for my opinion. I actually responded with 2 lines of reasoning. The first, as I've already said, was that his research was on human evolution, a subject prohibited by the Akademiya.
Right, that's one of the 6
second
cardinal
was that
sins.
I thought the direction of his research was too extreme, but his approach too conservative.
Wait, that's too conservative? He built such a large lab, gathered all those people, and even tried to get rid of you!
One way to stabilize a collective consciousness is to remove the test subject's humanity altogether.
But you can't do that.
The optimal
You
solution
can't
to
remove their
achieve
humanity
collective
completely.
consciousness is to focus solely on the overmind and treat the other test subjects as tools.
That's way too dangerous! You're not seriously considering that, are you? 'Cause,
Not him, but yeah.
I'm merely stating the facts. If Siraj had done that, I would have felt his work to be just as senseless. It's impossible for any species to evolve overnight, and humans without their humanity cannot be called humans.
Yeah.
That's why the Akademiya prohibited research into human evolution. Most research of this kind tends to run
I should go
contrary
through the
to
6
evolution.
cardinal sins of the Akademiya and see how many of them were violated with the whole turning Scaramouche into a god
That's
thing.
coming from you. If humans aren't humans without their
Sorry, I
humanity,
can't interrupt him
then you'll
anymore.
probably evolve into some other species in another decade, I wager.
What about you? Are you going to evolve into a fungus?
At least I'd be a fungus with empathy.
That's right.
Sorry
With
for eavesdropping, but what happened to you guys? Are you in trouble?
kinda.
sort of. We encountered a strange researcher that had it out for us.
Are you all okay?
They really had it all over Alhaitham.
Huh. So that's how things went.
Oh, I like Kaveh.
Such is life. If only he'd known, Alhaitham could have stayed indoors today, and the whole thing could have been avoided.
But that'd be too boring for him.
Plus, he could have helped me with the housework for once. See those books? They've been sitting there waiting for someone to sort through them for an age. If you're not gonna read them, tidy them away. They don't belong there.
Well, they belong wherever he puts them, is how I his excuse for anyone with a messy
Feel the
room.
awkwardness in the air? I hope you're aware of your lack of conversational skills.
Oh, so the pot's calling the kettle black.
Yeah, I was gonna
is he?
say Alhaitham.
Well, having said all that, are you okay?
I'm doing quite well. Much better than that painting you're trying to hang on the wall.
What is it with this?
You don't understand anything. Stop criticizing my
This is my
taste
new
in
favorite
decoration.
dynamic, if it wasn't already. Oh, you know what?
Paimon can't tell which of them is more problematic. Let's just get this over with and leave.
They are polar opposites, and I love that so much.
You whisper very loudly.
Yeah, I've been saying that about Paimon for a long time, you know? Yeah,
Do you have any more questions?
probably.
Let Paimon think. Oh, by the way, the other researchers apologized to you. They hope that you can forgive them.
I bear them no ill will.
Yeah.
More accurately,
Exactly.
I don't really care about what they think.
That's exactly what I said.
To some
He doesn't
extent, they were
care,
also fooled
honestly.
by Siraj.
And that's not necessarily a
The
bad thing
Marshal
in their
will take
case,
this into
because
account
if
if their
Alhaitham does not care about you and anything he's involved with, that's usually a good thing, because that actually is way less trouble for you.
He apologized to you too.
It doesn't matter. I never considered asking him to come forward with the truth. Judging from his experience,
Why you make
he's
this
more
so
courageous
difficult,
than the
Alhaitham?
average person. There's no need to lay even more criticism on him. Criticizing the brave only shows how weak you yourself are. I'm going for dinner in 10 minutes, so I'll field one last question.
Paimon doesn't have any more questions. How about you?
I feel this question is rhetorical at this point, considering how well we know Alhaitham at this point, but what were you actually interested in, Alhaitham?
Oh, yeah, that's a good question. You only started investigating with the Matra at the Akademiya because you were interested in something, right?
Mm-hmm.
But after meeting
That's
Siraj,
true.
it didn't seem like you were interested in
That's
him
true.
or
I
his
guess he only does stuff that interests him. What was it
I
that
had
interested
no
him this
interest in
time?
him personally, but I was curious as to why so many people were willing to form a collective consciousness with him. I now understand the reason.
Something to do with the current atmosphere at the Academia, I suppose.
Correct. The fall of the sages and the shutdown of the Akasha terminals deeply affected the Academia.
Both this
The
project
fact
and
that
the project
Siraj's
in
project
Nahida
attracted
Story
so much
Quest,
interest despite not
a
being
lot of them,
approved
it seems to
speaks to
be
the lack
like
of research
people
projects
can't
as of
cope
late.
without
As the
the
acting Grand
Akasha
Sage,
terminals they've
I'll
always
have
known
to
they've
figure
had.
something out. In addition, what happened to Ilyas is worth our attention. Reporting academic fraud was the right thing to do. He didn't deserve the outcome that he had received.
Yeah. To be shunned and basically bullied by all the people that were mad that he
I think
called
minimum
them out.
viable seriousness is a more apt description. I'll do my best to take care of this mess until my resignation is approved.
Yeah, and when's that gonna be?
Your resignation?
Yes. I've already submitted my resignation to the Academia. Soon, I'll resign as the acting Grand Sage
I
and
mean,
go back to being
dude,
its scribe.
you could
I
have
don't
just
think
not
Siraj
accepted
knew
the
about
position
that.
in the first
If he
place.
had waited just a few more days before acting,
if all you have
I
to
would have
do
already
is
resigned.
resign.
What he'd do then wouldn't have been any concern of mine. However, even without my input,
It was
his
just as easy as
unstable
you could
mind would
resign
have
this whole
collapsed for
time,
some other
and you
reason,
clearly
so
didn't
it
want
makes no difference.
the hassle of the position.
Why do you want to resign?
I thought as acting Grand Sage, he didn't even get
I'm
to
not
choose
suited to
or
be a
not.
sage, nor do I want to be one. The official process to select the new sages is already underway, but this process is long and takes far too much time. If I serve as acting Grand Sage for too long, the position might become permanent.
And we can't have that,
would
can
be
we?
troublesome. This job
You,
isn't
a
something I want to
sage?
spend
The
the rest of my
Academia
life
might as
doing.
well close tomorrow. You have a pretty clear direction for yourself.
It's important to keep your priorities straight.
Oh, Kaveh.
Well, it's about time. You two should grab some dinner as well.
Alright.
Oh, now that you say that, Paimon's kinda hungry. See ya! We're gonna grab some yummies!
Goodbye.
See ya.
See ya, for real this time. Oh, that's it. We just been seeing out, or are we standing outside? I thought you were seeing us out. Oh, you are seeing it. No, wait. There's...
The name Siraj doesn't ring a bell. Was
I
he in
found
your
an
class?
extra conversation.
He isn't someone who would leave an impression, so it's expected that you don't remember him.
I've always had a hard time appreciating the way that the Academia pressures people by labeling them as geniuses.
Same. This guy gets it.
But even so, the Academia can't be left to you. Or perhaps I should say that I'm delighted to see that you have a base amount of self-awareness. If the people in the Academia haven't gone mad, they'd know that I'm much more suited to be a sage than you.
Agreed.
And I suppose they'd let everyone
Kaveh
know
has
that
some
your career as a sage
interpersonal,
will be as
like,
shaky as that
relationship
painting.
skills.
Again, that's mighty rich coming from someone
Not that
about to
many, though.
resign. In a few days, you'll be managing files again. You'll be back at rock bottom.
But my salary will likely stay the same.
Wait, what? How come? Why do you get special treatment?
At least I don't have to be an architectural designer who works himself to death just to get a smile from his client.
Life. I relate to Kaveh so much
I
sometimes.
took time out of my day to clean the living room for you, and this is the thanks I get for it? I'd have been better off catching up on my work. I still have designs to finish.
Make sure to pay back the rent you owe me. I'm going to buy some furniture with that Mora.
What? Are you trying to annoy me to death? The decorations you buy keep getting uglier and uglier. What's the point of having a boring wood carving in your house?
You'll have to blame that on my financial freedom.
You have to blame it on the fact that my salary pays for everything I want.
If we forget Mora for a second, do you have anything of true value to boast about?
I think I'd have too many choices, to be honest. You, on the other hand, can you think of any redeeming features at all?
Artistry, for sure. You don't know the first thing
That's
about
right.
interior design. Don't go off buying random furniture unless you take me with you.
So I'll have to bring you along and then buy you drinks?
Of course.
Yeah. Oh, look at him smile.
Why would I do that? It would just be another form of a loan, and you'd have to pay me back eventually.
Can't you just be nice and not ask for the Mora back?
Yeah, he's broke. He's completely broke.
Pretending that you're not in debt is as ridiculous as pretending you're not living in someone else's home. Word will get out sooner or later.
Speaking of which, your friends won't say anything, right? Tell them to keep all this
It's too late, Kaveh. Everyone knows you live in Alhaitham's house.
I think the truth's already out. You're such a lightweight that a few drinks at the
Yeah.
tavern had you spilling all your
Oh
beans.
my gosh.
What? No, it can't be.
Yeah? Yeah. So you... Dude, this guy... Alhaitham's house is so big on the inside. I say that because all the houses, like, in this game are super small. This door is not real, though. This door is not real. And my team is mostly dead. But hey, at least we got...
The name Siraj doesn't ring a
Stop. No.
I've always had a hard time appreciating the way that the Academia pressures people by labeling
Okay,
them
here's
as
the thing, though.
geniuses.
I like Kaveh because I think I relate to
Even
Kaveh
so,
way
the
too
Academia
much.
can't be left to you. Or perhaps I should say that I'm
except
delighted
for,
to see that you have
you
a
know,
base of...
And I suppose
like,
they'd let
okay.
everyone know that your career...
Again,
First
that's
of all,
mighty rich coming
Kashara
from someone about to
the
resign.
best darshan.
In a few...
But my
Second of all, a creative
At least I don't have
artist
to be an architectural
trying
designer
their
who works himself
best
to death
sometimes.
just to get a smile from his client.
Third, too dramatic sometimes. And also very emotionally sensitive.
Make sure to pay back the rent you owe me. I'm going to buy some furniture.
But, that being said, I do not think I can relate to having to be stuck in a place with a bad roommate and being heavily in debt. Not yet,
I
anyway.
think I'd have too many choices, to be honest. You, on the other
But
hand,
still, though, like the
can you
sheer
think of
like
any redeeming
difference like
features at all?
between the two of them in pretty much every aspect.
You don't know the...
So I'll have to bring you along and then...
You know what I'm noticing about the hair? So Kaveh has like his hair
would I do
has
that?
like a little bit of like brown
It would
streaks,
just
and
be
Alhaitham's
another
hair is
form
like
of
green
loan,
streaks.
and
My
you'd have to pay
question
me
is
back
always
eventually.
like,
Can't you
how
just
do
be
people
nice
get like
and not ask for the Mora back?
multicolored hair besides like the archons, like that like
Pretending
I
that
like
you're
like
not
not going all the
Speaking
way
of
up
which,
to
your
like
friends won't say anything, right?
you know the
Tell
root
them
of
to
their
keep
hair.
all this
It
a
just
secret.
fades at the ends.
There's no need to hide it
Or like
so
Alhaitham's, where like some fades
the
like on
truth's
like
already
one
out.
side and not the other. How do you do that with hair?
No.
Okay.
There's dust on the bookshelves. I should tidy them up sometime and bring any unused books to the House of Danger.
You should.
Alhaitham isn't thinking about revealing my secret, is he? Jeez, why does he always have these horrible thoughts? Does he really want to mess with me that much? And what he said just now, does he know about my drunken scribbling? No. Wait, did someone tell him? Was it the people at the tavern or the liquor shop? Why, that owner, he promised to keep this a secret. Also, is it really true that I can't hold my liquor? I thought that impulsive speaking and writing were normal after a few drinks. Oh well. Everyone loves to write random stuff on the message boards anyway, so...
Oh, I see. So, Kaveh, have you actually just been spewing your secret and then telling everyone, literally everyone, to keep it a secret? That's not gonna work for you, buddy. I thought it was just me and Paimon. Already that would be a handful to keep Paimon quiet. I'm so sorry, dude. Besides everyone beyond Teyvat. It seems like everyone in Teyvat also knows your secret. I cannot wait for if and when they make playable Kaveh. Did they just play in Alhaitham's entire story quest just to see Kaveh at the end? Kinda. a little bit. But that said, this was a very, very interesting story quest, you know. Usual, some depressing moments, some moments that really make you think. And yeah, another really good story quest. Another revelation of how messed up some of these Akademiya experiments are. I guess now this is canonically confirmed to be Alhaitham and Kaveh's house. And I say and Kaveh because you know what? Kaveh is broke and Alhaitham let him stay over. He literally did not have to. But he did. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. Alright. Enough of this. Someday we'll see more of Kaveh. I gotta watch back so those interactions with him and with Kaveh and Alhaitham though. That's the funniest thing. It's even funnier now that we know that Kaveh goes to the tavern and And like Sino and Tainari were playing Genius Invocation TCG there, right? And Kaveh was just there drinking and spilling secrets of Alhaitham. And honestly, that whole dynamic is just so funny to me. And they totally would play Uno. That would be the best. All right, enough of that. Thanks for watching. See you later. Bye.